Hi, I'm Victoria Bond and welcome. Today I want to talk to you about perspective. Everybody has a different perspective. If we all had the same perspective, we wouldn't argue, we wouldn't disagree, and we certainly wouldn't make different choices. So what is perspective? Perspective is our own individual point of view. These are made up of judgments of what we think is good, bad, wrong, or right. And how is perspective formed? Generally speaking, perspective is formed from our upbringing. So our experiences that we've had in this life. And many of that comes from our mums and dads or caregivers, the education system, the society we live in, like what country we're in, what religion that we're brought up in. And all of these things, we take bits of everybody else's points of view and make them our own. We don't just do this consciously, we also do this unconsciously. If we have the TV on and we're playing as little children and the 6 o'clock news is on, we can actually hear what is going on. We don't think we are, but unconsciously we're taking on different things. So that can actually form the different judgments and point of views and possibly the fears that we have in this life. Perspective is very interesting. As a life coach, I have to look at all different perspectives to gain my own perspective from a non-judgmental point of view, so then I can actually go forward and give the best type of advice possible so the person can choose what the next steps are. Take a husband and wife. They're not getting along and they're arguing. They both have their fixed points of view on what is wrong, what is right, what is good, what is bad. If you have, say, the lady was brought up religious and the husband was brought up with absolutely no religion at all, you're going to come across different points of view about how their children are going to be raised. So when their daughter gets her first boyfriend, are they allowed to sleep together or not? Are they allowed to sleep in the same bed? Should they be getting married before they have sex? And what is the right way to bring up our children? Or even if you're going to skip before that, when they're younger, do they go to church? What is right? What is wrong? Do they eat all of their food, or do they stop when they're full? Do you have to have dinner at a certain time, or do they eat when they're hungry? Do you ask them questions about the things that they're doing? Or do you discipline them because they need to stick to what you think is right? So perspective is definitely a very wide thing. And I want to ask you a question. So you think about it, you're born. You start, you've got to learn how to talk, walk, eat, sleep, all of these things you have to learn. Mum and dad or your caregiver, they teach you this. But my question is, when you've grown all the way up and you've got these points of view and you think you're sorted, you know what your morals are, you know where you're going in life, you know how you're going to bring up your children and how you're going to go forward. If we took away those parents, what would you think? You've been brought up with their perspectives, their points of view. But are they really what you think? Or is that just what mum has told you, or your grandparents, or your school teachers, or your siblings, or your peers? So who would you be if you didn't have those parents, or those school teachers, all those people in your life? And I know you're probably thinking, well, yes, Victoria, this is just life. But we can start undoing that now. Yep, we can literally start to take away all those little points of view and judgments and unconscious thinking, because let's face it, not all of them are great points of view that we take on, especially about money or body or sex. There's all of these things that we take on which do not serve us. They can give us low self-esteem. They can give us no confidence. They may even limit us in our life to how far we go. Actually, they definitely limit us in our life. So, are you ready to be more of you? What are your opinions on money? Would too much money destroy you? What does turning up your sex mean to you? So actually putting on lipstick, maybe a sexy dress that you know looks damn good on you, but you'd never walk down the street in it because you don't want people to look at you. So when we think of a judgment and it comes into our mind and we think, oh my gosh, that chick is wearing like that red sexy dress. Who does she think she is? That's a judgment. Then we actually say, who does that belong to? Does that actually belong to me? Or can you kind of hear your mum saying something like, or your father, cover up? Also money. I know someone very dear to me said, I don't want too much money. If I had too much money, then I'd have to leave my friends behind. And I'm like, are you kidding me? You bring your friends along. And a true friend would never judge you on how much money you have. Money is just energy. So guys, I'm going to leave it there, but I'm going to leave you with one more thing. When you are in an argument or disagreement, have a think about the other person's perspective, because just like the lady and the man with the religion and the absolute no religion, they have a different perspective. I personally was that lady. I grew up, went to church my whole life, and my husband didn't. And he used to have some very interesting points of view. And I'd go, okay, whatever, but I'm right. I know I'm right. And as I've evolved and grown into myself and released a lot of points of view that I was told that I must believe, and I asked myself, what is it I believe? Now I see his points of view as interesting because it's his perspective. And what if it wasn't wrong? And what if I wasn't wrong? What if we were all okay? So when you are having a debate, try and step into their shoes, because sometimes that argument may have stemmed from emotions from 3 weeks ago, 3 months ago, 3 years ago, 30 years ago if you've been married for ages. So try and see how the other person is feeling. Some of us are very empathetic and some of us are not. So if you're not, please try and think. So get the situations, swap them around, and see what you come up with. Okay, guys, thank you for joining, and I'll catch you later. Bye.